Hi everyone. Excuse me. Let's try that again. Hi everyone. How are you? It's been a long morning. Who else has had to run grandkids to school because they missed the bus? Let me just get the computer up and running so I make sure I stay where I should be, where you can see everything. So if you're out there, let me know how your day's going, what you got planned, if you got some plans this weekend. And we will get started. Computer is slow today. It's going to be a hot one. Okay, there we go. As always, first and foremost, thank you so much for shopping with me. Let me grab one thing before I forget. That's the specials. There we go. So, today I am talking about the special again that is, let's see, when did it start? September 1st through August 31st while supplies last. If you like these guys, they're going to be popular. The last two videos were on two of the stamp sets. Let me show you. So the first one I did was this one. Then the next week, last week, I did this one, which I've got to go back and talk to you about. I did not use the stencil, so I wanted to show you how I use that stencil in a card that's coming up for one of my senior classes. So today we're talking about this one. And you can see these on my shopping site. On the top bar, there's like specials or promotions, and you can find it there, or it might even be in the feed as it rotates around. So if you need any of these numbers, just let me know. Okay. And so, let me get situated. So this is what the thin cut looks like, the cloud thin cut. Okay, and I just did this one in a color, I don't know, to get your brain going that you can do color. You don't have to do them just white, although they are pretty white. And it would be pretty on a colored cardstock behind, like blue for clouds, or this one you could do with the white so it looks like white clouds. Okay, there's that. Get that out of the way. Next up is the stamp set itself. Very cute. I saved this one to last because I knew I would just want to sit and play and play and play. And I already have some other plans. Thin cuts, which are always nice. There's that. Extra piece of cardstock. Don't know what that's for. Here's a couple of the little guys, stamped and thin cut, just to give you a little look at how cute they are. Absolutely adorable. Okay, so last week's stencil that I forgot to use. So here's what I did. I took my card base, I stamped or thin cut the whole base, and I taped the stencil in place where it would be. And then it's very easy to line this up because it fits the whole card. But in order to not get the back yucky and to hold down my stencil, I put a piece of our new masking tape on here and then just sponged. Now you could go back and turn this stencil over and it would do the opposite side. So this is doing right here, but you could turn it over and do all of it instead of just part of it. But I just did part of it, and the card I have to show you is this one. So this is Nectarine, and I sponged in Mocha. I cut a circle out of our Crisp Air paper. I sponged the edge with Mocha. This little strip here is, hold on, let me grab them. These I think are going to be kind of cool if you have little words like this. So these are the journaling strips, Z4637, and they're meant for scrapbooking. But as you see, I just cut them out. So whatever would fit on there, and I guess you could even, do a circle, like do some words, cut it out with a circle, and then you could tape it kind of so it didn't line up exactly. Well, then you'd probably have to, okay, let me think this through. You'd have to cut your strips, set them kind of staggered, then stamp, then cut them out, so that way it would look staggered. Anyway, just going off the top of my head. Sticky backed, love that. 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch are the size, the widths of them, and they're 12 inches long, and it doesn't say how many are in here, but there's a lot. There's a lot in here. As you can see, there's more than 3 or 4. There's like a bunch, 6 probably, or 7. And if you're interested, I'll get that information for you. And so this is one of the cards that we'll be doing at my senior card club. Okay. I also put the Crisp Air. Let me hold it up so you can see. Oh, hold on. My camera seems to be leaning just a bit. Close your eyes. Let's pull it up a little bit more so it gets a little straighter. And that doesn't seem to be working. Hold on. We're going to make one more adjustment on my thingy here. There we go. That's a little better. Alright, so here's the card close up so you can see. Simple kind of birthday card. I was thinking more geared for a guy, but it could definitely be a girl. Okay, so that's that out of the way. Now let's talk about today. So this is also the double stamp set, and I use the It's Time to Celebrate with Cake. Lots of cake. Double-sided, so very nice. Lots of very cool words. I like that some of them are geared for regular card or your slimline cards. So it's nice to have them stacked both ways. So there's that. And I made this card here that's in the workshop, and I just wanted to show you a couple of things before I show you the whole card. So here is some white cardstock and the cloud stencil. So if you look at the picture, looks like the clouds are up above. So it's nice that these stencils are a good size. They're not, it covers the whole base of the card that I'm using, and it's full size for a standard card. So I just shoved it up a little bit, lined it up along the edges. I got plenty of room to hold here. This is, what is this? Peacock Feathers, which is what it called for. And this is a really juicy pad. Remember last time I told you, some of them are really juicy, some of them are drier. This is going to go super fast. See how fast that went? So I am just doing a circular motion. And you could do lighter on the top or darker, or however you want to do it. I'm just kind of making it solid like they did. And you can even just twist like so. Don't really need this one, but we'll put it in there just in case. And just like that, you're done. Remember, when you go to clean these, you can either take it to the sink and clean it. Just in the sink, run some water over it. Or if you're going to clean it with like a chamois or something, here's what I did. This is my little lid to some of my containers, and I just wrote regular ink. So this one is for my regular ink. And then I have another one that says this oxide ink. Okay? So I will clean that off a little bit later. Just set that there. I'll take this out of the way. So that's how you get this background, and this is what it says to use, which is the peacock feathers on the white. Okay? So next we're going to go to how it says to do this balloon. I wanted to show you some coloring. So I stamped up my balloon, and it says to use the Alpine green and the colorless blender. This is not a blender, think of it as lifting color, okay? So I'm going to start with my light color, and I wanted to show you a little something. I kind of, you know, everybody colors a little differently. I outline first so it helps me stay within the edges, and then instead of just going straight, I kind of curve it, and I always turn it to where I can see where I'm going. Okay, so I kind of curve it so if there is any brush strokes, which the alcohol markers usually aren't, it kind of mimics a balloon shape, if you will. Oop. And I just went over the edge. I'll show you how to fix that, which some of you already know, so if you want to go ahead and put it in the comments, let everybody know how to do that. These are such forgiving markers. I love them. Okay, so something I did learn was do your coloring kind of together at once. So in other words, if you're blending and stuff, which I'm going to be doing, you want to do it while it's wet. It will blend much easier. Am I staying on camera? Yes, it's a little bit far away. But it will blend out much better if you go back and do it right away. And I kind of wanted this to mimic the edge, okay? And every time you layer, this is lighter and I haven't layered over it, you're going to get a little bit darker. So I did the light, then I did a little medium, then I went back to the light, blended it out, and now I'm going to go to the darkest color. I'm just going to add a little bit, and then I'm going to go back to the light and blend that out. Okay, so it just gives a little bit darker, and it will dry a little bit lighter. Okay, and then it says to take your blender, and I did, this has two sides, I don't know if you can see, I'll show you, a thinner side and a thicker side, and I just went with the thicker side because I didn't want to do a whole lot. And if you look, it will take the color away. I'm going to overdo it. See how it lifts that color? And I don't know why it's doing that. I think it did it too much. And then just get that back to white. And then it's good to go for next time. Hopefully you can see that. So it's all nice and clean. I guess it should have showed you when it was yellow or green. Okay, I don't like that. So I'm going to give it a second to dry. Oh, look at that. It bled through because this blender did that. So let's see if we can fix it. Let's go back in with our light color. And we're just going to do a little bit this time. Like so. And now I can show you that that is a little bit green. And now it's not. A little bit more. Edge. There you go. So I would let this dry a second more, and while that's drying, I'm going to pull out one of my jelly rollers that are white. And I am just gonna, you can't go over this a lot because it won't cover. But you just get your jelly roller going and then let that dry. Kind of fuzzed out my balloon down there, so I did that too. So let me hold this up. so you can see what it looks like. And I would do all of this coloring first, and then it says to stamp your words. So I would, let's let that dry just a second more. And I wanted to show you how I did the little birdie. So this was just straight coloring, light and dark, and this is coral. And then it said to use, which one is it? Blue turquoise blend. So again, I went to the light and I just concentrated on bits and pieces. So I'm going to come in here and make that light, then switch to the medium. We'll let that dry since I put so much alcohol on it. And then switch to the medium, add a little medium. I'm not going to color that part. And then I'm going to go to the dark because I want this to kind of stand out. Man, I'm having a rough time coloring today. Let's get rid of my little outside of the lines. There we go. So hopefully you can see that that is, let me see, colored in. And don't forget that you can make the picture bigger. What you want to do. Let's see. That's what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. So then I'm going to go back to my light color. And I'm going to color in this wing and try and stay in the lines this time. Okay. Circles seem to do really good. And then I'm going to outline. And I'm going to turn it so I can see where I'm going. So I don't go outside of the line. And then I'm going to kind of follow the bird. He's kind of a roly-poly bird, so we're going to give him a little roly-poly going on. Go up and keep following. Now, I will tell you that the longer you leave your marker sitting and dragging, the more it's going to spread out. So if you do quicker, then it doesn't do that. Okay? So now I'm going to take my dark side and I just kind of think there's a little bit of shadowing there and here and maybe on here. Go back to the light, blend it out just a little bit so it doesn't look too stark. Remember, that's adding a second layer. And making it a little bit darker. Oh man, I can't color today for nothing. Good thing I have this white jelly roller. It's in the core catalog, you guys. You get 3 different sizes. This one is the 8. There's a 5, an 8, and 10. There we go. So there's our little birdie. And you know, you could always add some shimmer brush to him, add some stickles to him, whatever you want to do. But that's just kind of a quick, easy way to color. Let me bring him down a little so he's in the light. Turn my light up a little bit. There we go. So there you are. And let's stamp our words. Floating by to say hi. And hopefully this is dry enough now. I like to do my words after my coloring, so it's out. Okay? So there's our words. And now let me show you the whole card. That's just that little bits. Oh, I have one more thing to show you before I show you the card. Again, down here, they did some ripping. So I just have 3 pieces of green apple. Remember, it's full strength and the 30% lighter. And if you look on here, this one is lighter and these 2 are darker. So I'm going to start with the dark and pull towards you gives you the white core. Away from you gives you just a tear. Okay? So we're going to just go along and tear some paper and just make kind of a, I don't know, grassy, hilly kind of knoll. So we got one there. And this one is quite a bit closer, so I'm going to kind of go more in half with that. So that would be layer 2. This one is on the lighter side and it's more of a mountain. So I'm going to start a little bit here and kind of have it uphill, if you will, until I get it crossed. Now there's a couple different ways you can do this too. You can put a ruler on it. There we go. See how we kind of have a mountain? Let's do a little bit more mountainy like. There we go. Okay. So just like that, and then we just would, I would take this bottom section so that way you can slide the next one in and slide the last one under there, which it doesn't want to work. So we'll just pretend that it did, because it did on the card. You know, you go on camera and look out, everything's going to happen. Okay, luckily my tape runner ran out before I got on camera. So that's just how you do that. Now you could even sponge this with some brown if you wanted. You know, it's up to you. Let's get rid of our trash and show you some cards. So this one is right here. I'll hold that up so you can see it. So I raised up the clouds, the bird, and the balloon, but not the string. And I wanted to show you a little something that I did. If you look at these two, if you line these two up, you see how there's a break and it never will be covered? So all I did was grab my scissors and I just cut it down to where now, when I put this on top, I can match it. Now the other thing you could do is take a black marker and one of our little, these pens, no, not that one. What is it? Where's my black? Yeah, oh, here's my black. Le Pen, and it's really fine, so it's going to give you a nice line. And this is the black one. And there again, it's in the core catalog. You can buy them individually or in a bundle. And that's how I got that to line up. Let's just cut it a little bit. So there's card in the workshop. And what I used next was this lovely birthday one. This again is in the core catalog. It does have thin cuts. And the item number is Z4639. Another candle on your cake. Eat more cake. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Nice sizes of cakes. Tons of candles if you need them. Or a little bit of candles if you don't. And what I did with that is this. So here's my twist on it. This is Mixin's paper pack with that stamp set with the little mouse from the new special. Same kind of thing on my coloring. I colored it all in with the Coral Blend. Then I went back and in the middle I added some medium, went over it with the coral. Then I added some dark, I'll hold that up, and blended it out. There we go. I don't have any, I need to add something to this. I don't have any little bits and pieces. On the cake, I colored it in with light. I went over with the medium. I added a little medium, and then I added a little dark. Same on here. I did light ice, what was it? It was Ice Gray Blend for the cake stand, and just darkened it up a little bit where I thought it would be. So, this is the workshop. This is my version of the card. Minus, I gotta put some sparkles on. I don't have any sparkles on there. And the one that's coming up for card class. So there is your workshop this week. And I don't know what I'm doing next week. So, that's the workshop. Do you like 1 or 2? Thank you as always for commenting and getting my algorithms going. And if you watch it on YouTube, like it, share it, and subscribe. and that will really boost, as well as Facebook. You can like this Facebook video, and that will help, and leave a comment. I hope y'all have a safe weekend, and don't get too hot out there. It's going to be hot today, for our area anyway. Bye! See ya next week.